Right, YouTube, this is Matt's coming in with a new video, and this one is about how to spawn trap and set up in all of the MLG CTF maps. I think it'll be quite useful for everyone who is new to GB or Desert or MLG, any of these, and also for more of the experienced players who don't know what they're doing really. This will help you a lot, make you learn some new tactics, and yeah, maybe make your team better and work together, maybe win some tournaments or money, you never know. Alright, starting off straight off the bat, firing range. You want an AR up here, normally with a FAMAS for MLG or an AK-47 or M16 if you play this side. Just controlling the map from here. If you're on this side, they always spawn in there. If you have someone up here, right back there by the hut or behind caravan. So you always want someone up here just to watch the back firing range, help your people pull the flag, and people come in bottom A and middle. So yeah, it's basically a good control point of the map. And the other place you want one of your players to be is round here. There's two different places you can sit really. There's bottom tin or bottom blue, whatever you want to call it. You can spawn back there, so you should throw your flashes and flags and stuns back there. Oh, choke! Oh my god! And another place you can sit is behind this truck. You're in a bit more of a head glitch. They still spawn there, but when you sit here, your team spawns here, which is quite far away from your flag, which is down there. So that's the one bad point about it. And yes, one thing about this map: always run jungle unless you have it set up for middle. It's the shortest place to go and is the least cut-off points, and it's the most successful place for running. And the other point, in the other side of the map as well, this is a very key point, always have someone up here, basically the control point of the map. But on this side you can sit on top camo, get them come from jungle, or yeah, and just hold down the mid-map. The second place you want your player to be on this side is it's a lot harder on this side, because if you stay here, they don't spawn there. So if you have someone controlling mid-map, and if you count the seconds or something like that, or just have a good knowledge of when you've killed the people, just hop back here, see if and they will spawn basically in front of your aim. Or you can do in bottom tin as well. So you just run here and just aim there. They sometimes spawn in front of your aim, but you have to time it correctly to do any good work on that one. I think that's about it for this map. Now we'll go on to the next map. Hello? Right, here we are on the second map that I'm going to be teaching you guys spawn traps on, Havana CTF. Again, you want to be using the assault rifle for setting up M16, FAMAS, G11, whatever your favourite gun is, AK-47, whatever. It all works out nicely. So yeah, on this side, if you set up correctly, they always spawn back by that green plant or in that room there. You can have someone sitting here and they spawn in that room still. So you always want someone sitting here, just put them in there and they still spawn there. And you want the other player to sit probably, it's quite a nice spot here, or a fountain, so they can't come out and kill your guy there. Or you can actually push up as far as this yellow bin outside of the spawn. So you can sit here and they just spawn in front of you, which is quite nice. The way you want it when you're flagging this time is, I'll show you the perfect run route you could do for this map. I'm not going to be that quick with it because I'm using the assault rifle class, slayer class, but with objective, lightweight marathon it'd be a lot quicker. You can either run all the way back around there, but I prefer to do a little cheeky swan dive across there, just cap the flag nice and easy. Yeah, if your team covers fountain, so they get the cut-off point at fountain and mid-map, that should be fine. Now for the other side is probably a little bit easier to do. You always want a slayer either here in bars, get the cut-off point from there, or switching into the mid-map, so keep just basically holding this down. And so maybe if you get 4 down you can push up quite far, but you always want someone in here to hold down the map here. Yeah, if you get quite a lot of people down, you can push up to this yellow bin right here. Then if you like pop in like that, they spawn right at the back, just behind that little thing I'm shooting there. And yeah, that's a really good spawn trap. If you want to get a really good setup for that, you could get one of the other guys here, so they don't spawn here, and so that you can't get out here. And the other guy should sit at fountain as well, just pray in the door so they can't really get out at all. And the objective can just keep relaying the flags, in theory. Yeah, so that's again about it for this map. Oh no, I'll show you the run route for this map. Just basically pick the flag up, run through here. Some people like to do this one actually, this is quite an effective one. It basically mindfucks them every time. Even though it does get you quite vulnerable to shots, just get into bar and just obviously cap the flag. Now on to the third map. We're back on the third map now, which is Launch CTF. It's probably one of the most balanced CTF maps in the game, seeing as it's quite a symmetrical map, apart from Radiation, which probably is the most balanced. It's quite a symmetrical map. The spawns are quite good. The spawns easy to like remember, and yeah, it's all really quite good. Practice set for this map is if you you want them to get and spawn in this building called red. They spawn in here. You want one of your players to sit either here, like move around from here, or up on top green, which is here. But you cannot push more further than that line, or they don't spawn in there. So that's really good to know. And your other player, this is vital. They need to be around here, because most of the time they either spawn in there or at the back over there. So if you have your player sitting here, they still spawn in red, and now they can't come back to spawn to protect the flag because you're here. And the other guys are in green in the head glitch as well. And so your player should always just be able to run the flag. Through pipes or launch is quite a good way as well, but for pipes just because it's a lot quicker, and if you're holding down the spawn trap it should be done quite quickly as well. So yeah, run through here, maybe if you have smoke to the tracks, jump across, and yeah, just get an easier flag cap. The other side is probably a little bit easier, I'd say, to spawn trap, but they can break out of it a lot more easier as well, I'd say. But, right, the other side, the main spawn points for this side is either in that corner there. They can spawn right in here, or they can spawn in gas over here, right, either on there or around here. Right. The main position you want someone in at all times is either green again. It's probably the best point of the map to control. Sit around here, get him come from middle as well. Off one of these back blocks here, just so you get in a head glitch and they can't kill you. And they spawn right where that flash gonna land, right back there. And you have to. This is a must, otherwise they will spawn here. You have to have someone in pipes, which is this place here, or in there, or just pre-aiming here, so that it's nice. If you don't pre-aim the spawn, they still spawn there. So it's like the other side, they just cut off, they just can't get out of spawn, just get your players to keep running the flags, which is a really effective way of just getting flags and annihilating the other team basically. So yeah, this is it for the third round. Let's go on to the fourth one. And here we are on our fourth map.
Capture the objective.
This is Radiation, probably, as I was saying before, the most balanced map on the game, seeing as the spawns are basically symmetrical either side. The whole map is quite symmetrical as well, so yeah, it's just a really good map for CTF. And yeah, I'll show you some of the main spawn traps that happen on here. Most of the time they spawn either back free, they can spawn here, or right in Radiation, about here-ish. So what you're gonna do, either your choice really. You either have someone sitting up here with an assault rifle, not but just so coming out of there, you can sit on here. Here's quite a nice spot actually. You can get it from there, and when they spawn there, it's quite nice as well. And you can have one of your players sitting around here, which stops the spawn in Radiation, and they still spawn at the back, which is quite good as well. You can get it out from underground. And yeah, the flag route my team always does is they try to sometimes we try and switch the spawn, so you always run through catwalk or walkway, whatever you want to call it. If this happens, they spawn in the Radiation, but if it's really easy to cut off, you have to make sure you have someone underground, just watching underground, and make sure you have someone up in this top building here.
Enemy flag captured.
5, I think. Yeah, no, was that 5? Yeah, it is a 5. It's someone just sitting up here, just pre-aim in that doorway. Can't come out of there, and pre-aim in the middle, and the other guy just sits underground, which is quite simple, self-explanatory. So there, yeah, that's quite nice. For the other side, other side is probably a lot easier to spawn trap on. Yeah, I'd say it was. Fuck off, thank you, prick. But yeah, like, sitting here is a really decent laser spawn trap. They always spawn like right at the back, behind that building, and yeah, with an assault rifle head glitch. And the other person should probably sit back here, because they can run back to their spawn, so you could just pick them off from there. The only problem about this is that they can get up onto that top 5 building again, but I suppose the flag route near could just get an easy kill by just shooting up there. Yeah, that's it for this map. Let's go on to the final map, which I think is Summit. Summit is the final map which I'll be doing in this video. Probably one of my favourite CTF maps, just because it's quite SMG dominated. It's always really fast paced. You can't really camp a lot, so yeah, that's the reason why it's my favourite. Yeah, it's good for demolition as well, which is so not the MLG game types, but I'll explain more about that in another video if you guys are interested. Yeah, setups for this map, probably one of the hardest maps to set up properly on, but probably one of the easiest to just cut. It's all about cut-off routes in this map, like choke points, because there's no really effective way of spawn trapping. But some people might disagree, but in my opinion, it's not the easiest map to spawn trapping. They normally spawn either in here, or they spawn the spawn trap. Spawn points this map either in that building there, bottom control here, or bottom railings in that building right now. Or I think they can spawn over here, just down here, but yeah. So someone sits here, sometimes they spawn in there, but you have to have your people set up in bottom control and in railings, and it's quite hard. So what I'd say, just get the kills, and always make sure someone's in bottom control. Always make sure someone's out that doorway, behind that head glitch, just like either watching eyes or just priming here, because that's the spawn point. So the best run route is probably to jump around, just jump down here, make sure you go inside, so they can't shoot you from top. Make sure someone's that top control as well, very decent spot as well. Come down, and yeah, I prefer to go on the outside, just to outsmart anyone if they are camped by the flag. And I just choked the fucking swan down. But yeah, that's probably the best run route to do for this map. Make sure someone's bottom control is just cutting off, and then spawning from there, and just checking ice occasionally as well, because some people like to run down there as well. The other side probably a lot more straightforward. There needs to be a slayer at all times, basically all times up here. Top control, biggest cut-off point of the map. The spawn points this map either there, inside of there, or they spawn exact where that nade's going to land at ice road. So yeah, right, the setup for this map. Up here, either there's a guy who needs to be up here, they're priming this, so they don't spawn there, just checking here, so they can't come out of bungalow. Someone else needs to be just in this control bit here. There's a nice little head glitch you can set on here. Just watching that, so they can't jump out and come down that road. Another way you can do it, instead of sitting top control, but you can just prim here and they spawn here. Sometimes you see them running out into ice like this, just easily kill him. But then you need someone pushed up here this side as well, so you need someone just sitting behind here. Yeah, just pull the flag, always run railings again, it's basically cut-off points again. Make sure someone run back to your flag and prims that spawn room, so they can't come through ice if they spawn there. Yeah, and that'll be an easy flag for you and your team. So yeah, I hope all this has helped you in your game battles, careers and shit. And please give it a like and comment, because it really does help a lot for me. Makes me inspired to do more videos and stuff like that. So yeah, rate, comment, subscribe, give me new ideas for videos if you like this. Tell me if you don't, tell me as well. I'm open to all suggestions and everything. So yeah, thanks to everyone, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.